Oh, he's just gone. There's no outro. He's just out. He's left. He rage quit the video. Generic intro in the theduckgoesmoo. We're back with some more Weapon Stereotypes by Soundsmith. Today we are wrapping up, I guess, Season 2, or just Weapon Stereotypes in general, with The Spy, which apparently I think is his most watched Stereotypes video, or maybe his most watched video on his entire channel, as someone pointed out in the comment section. I love reading your comments, so definitely leave some down below. I read each and every comment. You'll check out my last video, which was the Sniper Weapon Stereotypes. I'll leave it right up there. Also, link down below in the description. Also, be a playlist on my channel with all the other Team Fortress 2 videos. I just watched the Virtual Economist talk about beginning into trading, so that was interesting. That was really neat to sit through and learn about trading and just how, like, the ratios and how everything works and different sites and stuff. That was really cool. Yesterday on my gaming channel, I should have done Jump Academy, the second map, because everybody enjoyed me raging at the first map. On Saturday, I come out with new videos on the gaming channel where I play Team Fortress 2, and I spend a lot of time editing those videos, and I think that they come out really, really good. They're like 10 minutes or so in length, and I try to edit them down and make little funny moments, and I think they just come out amazing. I'm so glad I can kind of like stretch my legs and just show what I can do with my editing skills. So I hope you've been enjoying that. I hope you've been enjoying the Weapon Stereotypes. Next is going to be the Myth Stereotypes. We're going to get right into that next week, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss future videos. Shout out to patrons down below. Wouldn't be able to do this if it was not for them. But let's go ahead and jump on into The Spy. Apparently this is most
Spy
watched
is one of those
video
classes that I really wish was less cool on paper. You know,
also,
he's so appealing to everyone that most new players instantly
Sapper.
gravitate towards him, leading to most pub servers being filled with a bunch of spies who don't even know how the disguise kit works and just run at people trying to butter knife them. On the other hand, though, a good spy can be the biggest nuisance your team has ever come across in the entirety of their time playing TF2. I feel like the spy is one of those classes with the biggest difference between a terrible player and an amazing player. Except maybe Sniper. Anyway, as always, stereotypes don't apply to everyone. This series is heavily exaggerated for the sake of comedy. Don't take it seriously. Blah, blah, blah. Disclaimer. Blah, blah, blah. You get the idea, right? Okay, let's go.
Did we? Did we get the idea? I think we get the idea. Dies. The Spy. Revolver in
The stock Revolver is kind of amazing. It's the perfect example of consistency and can put out really decent damage if you know how to use it properly. It kind of sucks then that it's completely overshadowed by the Ambassador. You'd think the stereotype for this would be people using this can't aim, you know, since otherwise they'd be using the Ambassador. But I've found that a spy who actively uses the stock Revolver can hit shots way more consistently than most ambi spies. Unless you're me. I'm the exception to this one. I just can't aim.
Fair. Wow. That was painful.
This is an insanely good utility, and probably my most used revolver for spy, but once again, it's completely overshadowed by the Ambassador. This guy knows every ammo location on every map, and will probably stay invisible for 90% of the match, even if he isn't using the Cloak and Dagger. Because of this, though, he probably takes similar routes every single life, and will very often fall into the trap of
Did they not hear him?
He also struggles with using other revolvers since he's used to that increased amount of cloak. If the other team has one of these guys, try to keep track of when they spawn, and make sure to randomly spy check hallways, corners, and choke points every now and then. I guarantee you'll piss them off pretty quickly.
Okay. Diamondback.
This weapon is actually really good. Some would even call it overpowered. I mean, hell, you get free crits just for doing things a spy should be doing anyway. People who use the Diamondback recognize this and abuse the hell out of it. Fortunately, though, it's once again overshadowed by the Ambassador. It's a good thing most spy mains are too busy jerking it to VODs of Akuma, otherwise the Diamondback would be a way more common choice and would be even more annoying of a problem than it already is. As it stands though, if you see a spy with a Diamondback, just be prepared for bullshit, because there is an approximately 75% chance that halfway through your fight with him, some random dispenser across the map will finish sapping and he'll get a crit out of nowhere.
Oh, so when you sap something, you
know, I would say this is overshadowed by the Ambassador, but that kind of implies that it has good qualities to begin with. Well, I mean, I guess it used to be really good, but now its primary upside is bugged and only works in about half of its intended use cases, so now it's just a shittier stock revolver. If you see a spy using the Enforcer, he's probably just going on a little nostalgia trip, reminiscing about the days when it was stupid OP, or he's just got a Kritzkrieg medic pocketing him, which I have to admit is pretty fun.
Okay. The Ambassador. Oh, a bunch of people. A bunch of people are in this one.
The court is now in session. Honorable Judge Soundsmith now presiding.
Hey guys, sit down, sit down. I don't call me honorable. I don't even know what the hell I'm doing here.
You can tell he's trying to
now
get
calling
to
for the record the case of
SFM
pretentious spy mains v. everybody else, civil case number 102. Counsel, please identify yourselves for the record.
I'm Maxbox on behalf of the plaintiff.
I'm
No idea who
Spurgeon
you are.
on behalf of the defense.
No idea.
Okay, excellent. Are there any housekeeping matters that we need to take care of before the trial starts?
Yes, Your Honor. As
I've seen his
representative
recent videos.
of skilled
They're
spy
really
mains
good.
everywhere, we request to be given double the time for the defense for opening statements. According to Article 264,933-C, the time allotted for opening statements should be directly proportional to the average skill of the represented groups.
Objection! First of all, that's fucking stupid. Second of all, that's
Sustained.
not even the law.
Well, it should be. You're not even using the ambassador. That obviously means you can't aim worth a damn.
Just because you use a gun that can headshot doesn't mean you can actually hit them. I bet you couldn't even hit the broadside of a barn with that thing. What is that? An Australian ambassador
That looks
with
expensive.
5,000 kills on it? Your headshots part isn't even past
5,000?
100.
I just put on that part
I don't even have
yesterday.
any
Thank
kills.
you very much.
What, just
All I'm
because you
saying is
think
that
that
if
you
you're not
can
using the ambassador,
maybe hit one or two
guys,
headshots
means you can drop
guys,
a head?
No, that's not it
The
at
trial
all.
hasn't even started yet. Are you serious right now?
They're
So
already
this is
fighting.
by far one of the most divisive stereotypes I've ever covered. About 50%
Why?
of the comments I read and people I
Hi.
talked to said that the ambassador is a weapon for the most skilled of skilled spy mains, and everyone who uses it should be
So I need to
regarded
use
as
it
a
and
god
get rid of
amongst
that.
men. And the other 50% said that it was a huge war pig. So everyone
didn't
who
hear that.
uses it thinks they're a god amongst men, but in reality can't hit the broadside of a barn. I've honestly never seen such an even split for a stereotype
sure.
before. I think what it boils down to is that if somebody uses the ambassador religiously, then their opinion falls into the first category, but more often than not, their actual skill will fall into the second category. On the other hand, if someone doesn't use the ambassador 100% of the time, then they know how to play to their strengths, but they also probably struggle with aiming and hitting headshots. One thing that's for sure, though, is that if you see an ambassador spy, he's absolutely going to try to use it on you and get those sick frag video clips.
Oh my god. Sapper
Okay,
and
let's be real.
reskins. What?
90% of spies use the stock Sapper or some reskin of it. This is because the only other option is
Yep.
kind of terrible.
What is the other option? I didn't know there was another
There's
option.
honestly not that much of a stereotype for this one. The research I did was largely inconclusive since everyone basically said something to the effect of, this guy is smart enough to not use the red tape recorder.
The red tape recorder.
So
Hey,
there
look,
are
it's
two
red tape.
types of red tape recorder spies. Those who don't know what it does
they
and
do?
those who realize that it fucking sucks. Okay.
I didn't know
in
it
all honesty,
existed.
This is sorta, kind of, maybe useful in two situations. One is fighting mini-sentry NGs. Most gunslinger NGs just let a sapper run its course. I mean, hell, after you're done, you can just slam down another one really easily, so, like, why even
Why
bother?
bother?
Because of this,
Yeah.
a sapper that takes longer to complete can actually work to your advantage, since the total uptime of his mini is going to be lower. Okay, number two
Do you
is
get, like, more
suicide
of them or
plays.
something?
You know the ones. The ones where you're on CTF2 fort and there are 50 billion NGs all turtling with level 3s in the intel room, and every time you go down there, you just get instantly shut down because
That
there are
is,
just
like,
so
the-
many NGs all hunting you down and there's
Why
nothing
do
you
you-
can do. The regular
Okay,
sapper just makes buildings lose
well,
health, so a couple of swings of the wrench will undo that in a heartbeat. But in this situation, at least the red tape recorder does something. I mean, it'll at the
That
very
room is
least
nightmare.
degrade each building you sap by one level, and it's easier for your team to
Oh,
deal with 50
really?
billion level 2 sentries than it is for them to deal with 50 billion level 3 sentries.
Wow,
Plus,
he's
it's
gone.
annoying as hell to deal with since it's a huge time waster. So in those two
Huh.
very specific situations, it's maybe useful. Otherwise, it just sucks. So if you see a red
Yeah,
tape recorder
I
spy,
haven't
chances
had
are
that
he's either
many
clueless or
situations
just
happen.
trying to annoy the engineers. Like
In one of
most
the
stock
recents.
weapons, the knife is a jack-of-all-trades kind of deal. Most spies using
That's a
this are
fancy
not
knife.
trying to do one specific
Darwin's
thing, and they're
danger
not trying
shield?
to
Oh,
counter
God.
one specific thing. They're just
He's
playing
going for the
spy.
taunt kill.
I have noticed that Australian knife spies tend to take themselves way too seriously, though. Just a kind of random trend I
Oh,
noticed
bye.
when it came to the comments on the last video. Anyway,
Last
if you
video
see a
was a
stock
sniper.
knife spy, just be prepared for anything. And by anything, I mostly mean them trying to butter knife you a lot, but, like, also some other stuff,
Oh.
I guess.
Okay.
I don't know. So
Shark
this is a
dresser.
reskin, but it has a really widespread stereotype, so I'm gonna go over it
I don't know if I've
separately.
ever seen
This
that one
guy
before.
is the oh-so-popular 13-year-old Assassin's Creed fanboy. This guy thinks
Oh.
he's really cool and takes himself very
Dead.
seriously. The problem is, nobody else takes him seriously. He also probably has one of those Assassin's Creed-style trench coats in real life that doesn't look nearly as cool on him as it did in the promotional images. In TF2,
No,
you'll
of
see
course.
these guys wearing the Dash and
The what?
the Assassin's Creed hat most of the time, and they'll very frequently
Sounds
go for
edgy.
huge bleeping Trickstabs. You know, I actually met a guy once who would mic spam an ear rape version of the Eagle Screech from the Assassin's Creed games every time he would jump off of a high place. It was
that is awesome.
It was really stupid, but it was also pretty funny. I
that's
just wish I
hilarious.
hadn't told KJ about this, because now he's taken to using the sharp dresser a lot and doing that exact thing.
Volume warning. Wow.
This guy puts
eternal
way too much
reward.
faith in his disguise. Sadly, disguises really aren't as good of a tool as they once were, since they just
Sokka?
don't fool that many people anymore. Not even the
Cactus.
instant disguise that this
Sequentious.
weapon offers is really convincing. You'll often see these guys
Did they not
jumping
hear
in
him
and going for
decloak?
huge chain stabs on the payload, only to find that nobody's buying their disguise and either dying or just popping their dead ringer to get out.
Hello. Nice. Oh,
So,
kunai.
the kunai was kunai. It's primarily being used by people that appreciate the self-sustain it can give you as a reward for careful positioning and timing.
No,
Okay, who
not
am
really.
I kidding? This is a Soundsmith video. Alright, see those spies? Yeah, those right there. Jama Chapeau, stereotype, die-hard trickstabbers that worship the ambi. Yeah, those guys love the kunai. 2 reasons.
Why?
Number 1 is pretty obvious.
Weeb jokes? Wait, what? Why are the Weeb jokes? Is that Naruto? Is that
Number
what that
2,
is?
They think that with the kunai and dead ringer, they're pretty much invincible while trick stabbing a whole team. Look, this is
Are
what
they
they
not?
think they look like.
Well, okay, let's see what they look like. Stab, stab, stab. Wow! I'm impressed. Is that a face stab?
This, however, is how they actually look like about 99% of the time.
Getting 1 kill and not doing anything else. Complete miss.
I'm afraid
Wow.
not.
I won't
Fail.
claim that the kunai is an actual war pig, but hell, if the ambassador gets
wow.
the gun spot for a war pig, then this one right here is the knife among them.
Big earner.
You ladies, Ethan, you heard Zoom by Tim Allen.
No, go away. I don't
I
want to be
completely
zoomed
forgot
by
about
Tim
this.
Good 5 health.
So,
If only I could in the revolver.
Stop chasing me with your zoom by Tim Allen.
legitimately,
Go away.
oh my god. Why is it? Do not have, can you not see his gun?
Where I broke a kid's toy and I had to buy him a new one.
Oh yeah?
He broke his Zoom by Tim Allen DVD.
No, what happened was okay.
Well,
Tim
he's using the
Allen
force
had
of
to do
nature.
with it.
Wait, really?
Yes, I'm not even fucking with you. This is due to all of
Oh
our
my God.
shenanigans last night. So what happened was I broke a kid's toy. So I had to break into a compound, a drug dealer's compound, to get to the only
Oh my
ATM in
God.
the area
Wait,
to buy the kid
What?
a toy because they wouldn't accept my
Wait.
card.
so what does Tim Allen have to do with this?
Just wait, it gets
Tim
better.
Allen. It's
Okay.
Tim Allen's compound.
Yes, it's Tim
Oh my
Allen.
God.
He's the drug lord.
Hey, you want some of that zoom?
I'm not even fucking with you. I'm not even fucking
KJ,
with
go
you.
away. No,
He wouldn't
KJ,
speak.
KJ,
This
stop.
is the best part, right?
Go away.
KJ, go
Like,
away.
What are they just?
No, it wasn't.
Having fun?
No, it wasn't. Fuck off.
Like, you guys might be thinking I'm joking. I'm not. This is completely serious. This that happened in my dream. He
Okay.
also didn't speak English. He only talked in grunts. So he was like, so Tim Allen was a fucking Neanderthal drug dealer who would just talk in grunts, going, "Arr, arr, 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 arr."
That's amazing.
Is this a reference to something?
Oh no, I got bamboozled.
Does he like
I
have a
got zoom by
dream?
Tim Allen.
And I'm gonna,
Zoomed by Tim Allen.
That's
and I'm
so
gonna tell you
great.
something that, and then all I knew was that I ran into him. He just talked in grunts, and then the dream ended. That was the first time in my entire life that I.
Sometimes I'm
woke
really
up
glad I don't
laughing.
have dreams.
My
How does
God,
that happen?
that is incredible.
How does the dream make you wake up laughing? I
Can we like
cried
have
so
this
much this
conversation?
morning.
Can we just like have like for the freaking bigger stereotype? Can we just like literally just like
Yes.
have this conversation just be recorded?
Yes.
And
I'm
you
gonna
start
do
loud
it.
and like get ready.
You
He's
think
backstabbing
I'm
you.
not gonna do it, but I'm gonna fucking do it, dude.
Oh wow,
I know
so
that
that's
probably
why.
didn't make any sense whatsoever, but I promised I'd put it in, so there you go. Okay,
I
so
guess,
the big
yeah.
earner tends to be used by spies who really like going for chain stabs, or spies who have trouble getting away after they get a single stab. It's really not that
That's
common
me.
of a choice to see, since it puts you below the 100 damage threshold, meaning you can be one-shot by soldiers, demos, and scouts. So usually big earner spies will be either completely clueless and just give you free kills for the most part, or they're comfortable enough with their acting, movement, and cloak management to get that first stab.
Yeah, I had to play
This guy just
Spy
hates
in my
pyros.
last Will of
You know,
TF2
come to
video.
think of it, there are a lot of weapons that seem to be designed specifically to
Against
counter
pyro?
Anyway,
Yeah, I wonder
another
why.
thing to
My
keep in mind is
nemesis.
that this guy is going to get tons of face stabs on you. I've heard rumors that it actually has a slightly longer range than the other knives. Not like Eyelander levels of range, but it's just enough to get face stabs way more than other
Didn't hear
knives.
that.
Now, I didn't
Okay.
really find anything to support this. I just heard a couple people mentioning it offhand, but I have noticed that I do tend to get face stabbed more against this. Of course, according to Spicicle Spies, it wasn't a face stab. It was an over-under C2C Matador Stair Corner random Latin word they threw in so people would think they're smart stab. You just need to get good,
What?
obviously.
I'm sorry, what? Disguise
This
kit.
is another one of those items that I have to go over, even though literally everyone uses this. There's not really a
'Cause I don't think there's an
stereotype
alternative.
associated with the
It's like the
disguise
PD
kit itself,
PDA?
except maybe Spy Crab, but I guess we can go over the two most obvious types of people associated with disguises in general. First, we've got this guy. I don't think he's quite figured out that his cunning and masterful plan of disguise as scout
Being a
and run
scout.
straight at the entire enemy team isn't really fooling anyone. And then we've got this
'Cause he's
guy
not
who
fast.
just graduated at the top of his class in the fucking Daniel Day-Lewis School of Method Acting. Despite the fact that disguises are generally a pretty crappy tool, he somehow manages to fool
I've hardly
everyone.
ever used
I
disguises.
don't know. I guess the
It's
only time
all so
disguises
confusing.
stick out is if they're hilariously bad or terrifyingly good.
Invisible watch. Hey, it's a
Deal
duck
here,
watch.
Actually, stock watch spies
I love
are
having
usually
duck
either really
out-
bad or
out,
really
load
good.
out.
Since it's a stock weapon, you'll probably see a lot of these guys bumping into everyone, running out of cloak at horrible times, and just generally doing everything they can to get discovered. But good stock watch spies? Oh man, don't even bother trying to catch these guys. They know exactly where you're gonna go and how to avoid you, and can perfectly maneuver through an entire team of enemies without being discovered. I'm still pretty bad at this myself, but one of the most satisfying things to do as spy is to escape certain death with your own movement and skill, and not by
It is
just
just-
pressing right click and being halfway across the map instantly.
But you have it, so might as well use it. Cloak and
We now
Dagger.
return to our feature presentation, Inside the Mind of a Cloak and Dagger Spy.
Oh no. We still haven't seen the Dead Ringer or the stock knife.
Oh man, lately I've just been having so much trouble staying alive as spy. Whenever I cloak and try to get to safety, my cloak runs out, revealing my thick yet fragile body. The other pocket watch thing doesn't even make me invisible when I open it. I think it's broken, but on the bright side, I
That's
found
the
this
Dead
other watch
Ringer.
that allows me to wait in one spot until the exact precise time for me to strike. I can literally stand in one spot and only move if someone's gonna accidentally walk into me. I can't get killed if the enemy never sees me.
I mean,
This
that's
guy's playstyle
true.
is much more slow
not
and
really.
methodical than most other spies. And by that, I mean he's going to be in the same friggin' corner for the entire match. Lots of
So-
cloak and dagger spies have trouble managing their cloak with other
If they
watches, so
move,
they
it
spend a lot
uses
of
their
time standing
cloak?
still and recharging their
Oh.
watch in a hotly contested area. This is also why most of the time you find a
Oh.
cloaked spy with this watch, your first reaction is probably going to be something along the lines of, "What the hell were you even doing there?" Regardless, this weapon is pretty fun to use when you're messing with people, and it's nice when you're up against a team
What
that's pretty
in
aware
the
and you need to
world?
pick and choose your time to deep
Hi,
dive
I'm a
carefully.
friendly.
You're still not
Stab
gonna
them.
get that
They're
much done,
friendly.
though.
Maybe they weren't friendly. Dead Ringer. Oh god, here we go.
boy. Oh
It's
man,
been
where
nerfed.
do I even start with this thing? Okay, hang on, I've got an idea. Fuck this weapon. The Dead Ringer is one of the most hated weapons in all of TF2, surpassing even the
Bot
reserve
dude.
shooter.
The
Nearly
actual
every
players is
single
going
person
fun to
I
fight.
talked to said that this weapon was a huge crutch for spies who have no game sense and can't stay alive on their own. While I'm not sure if it fits the technical definition of a crutch or not, most Dead Ringer spies you run into will definitely be using it as one. That is to say, they don't try
Oh.
and be tricky and feign their own death at all. They just run straight into the entire enemy team and use it as a get-out-of-jail-free card. It's a safety net, essentially. Fortunately, though, it's
Yeah.
getting nerfed into the ground in the Pyro update, or at least it was going to be based on the balance
It did.
changes that were released a few months ago, which is
I'm
a
so excited
huge
for the next
relief.
update.
Now, I'm sure there are going to be a bunch of spy mains defending this thing religiously in the comment section, and I'm sure they're going to say something along the lines of, but Soundsmith,
No,
but
no.
Soundsmith, Spy needs this watch because he's such a bad class, Soundsmith, or whatever,
Is he a bad class?
right?
No.
But
No,
I,
no,
for
he's not.
one, want to have a class be viable without having to give him this annoying piece of shit. Fuck this weapon. It's not even good. It's just annoying. Fuck.
He hates it so much.
So that bad spy mains actually have to rely on their game sense instead of just using this shitty fucking. Fuck. I'm done.
I think Soundsmith is actually upset. I think he is. The Dead Ringer did it to him. Wow, he didn't get to the... He didn't mention this. Oh, he's just gone. There's no outro. He's just out. He's left. He rage quit the video because of the Dead Ringer. Oh god, Soundsmith, dude, you are awesome. Oh, man. Wait, do you actually think I was going to keep recording after that? He really hates the dead ringer. He really does. Yes, I will sit here and watch Spy dance off this cliff. That's funny. Oh crap, I gotta make a video go live like in a second. It's the Sephiroth Smash character reveal. I gotta make that. Oh god, I don't know what just happened. Oh no, nope. We're not getting into stereotypes just quite yet. Oh man, that'll be next week. I hope you're subscribed so you don't miss that. Let me know what changes have been happening since updates since then, because that video is probably a couple years old. I understand why this is his most viewed video, because it's probably one of the best stereotypes we've seen so far, or just stereotypes videos that we've seen so far. Next is going to be the MISC stereotypes, so we're going to learn a lot about that. Like I said, I just watched The Virtual Economist, so I learned about some items there. That video came out on Friday, and I did some Jump Academy yesterday on the gaming channel, so hope you've been enjoying the videos. I hope that you're subscribed, and thank you all so much for watching the videos and commenting. I do read every single comment, so leave some down below. I really hope you have a great rest of the day, and hopefully I made your day just a tiny little bit better. But until the next time, I hope to see you there, but until then, cue the music.
We're playing as soldiers, making swords.